Jeff Gross, and welcome to today's Demo Jam focused on apps for sales. As I said, my name is Jeff Gross. I'm a Salesforce MVP. I'm coming to you live today from New York City, the home of the World Tour for Salesforce. We've been able to have Mark Benioff join us here today in New York City, hear more about where Einstein and the rest of the Salesforce platform is going. But you know what? Today, you guys are going to be hearing from 3 AppExchange partners who are going to be talking all about what's great about their apps. Join me today, I've got Amanda Nelson. She is going to be helping with the control of going around here within our demoers today, as well as helping take audience questions from out there. So we appreciate having everybody here today. To let you know, this Demo Jam will be recorded and available on our YouTube channel within 24 hours. You guys can also follow along on Twitter with the hashtag #AppDemoJam. So we would love to have your questions come out there, and we will look for those on Twitter and be able to answer them here on the webinar today. Today's participants include CloudSense, Rootstock, and Alta Phi. Now, it is time to get ready to rumble. So today we have let's see here, let's get to our rules. Today's rules are, you can't vote for your own company. So if you guys happen to be from any of these Demo Jam companies today, well, today is not your day for voting, but next time at the Demo Jam, you probably can. You only get to vote once, but you know what? You guys in the audience have control. You can tell us exactly who you think has the Demo Jam that is worthy of the winning vote today. So we have 3 demoers out there today. What they have to do is they have 3 minutes to show you the best of what their application does, and then we're going to answer an audience question. So we encourage you guys to put that into the GoToMeeting chat or take the App Demo Jam hashtag out there on Twitter. So first off today, I want to introduce from Alta Phi. We've got Mark. He's the Vice President of Strategic Accounts and Alliances for Alta Phi. The Alta Phi platform combines world-class methodology and smart
Hello, Mark. We've lost Jeff for a moment, but he had just introduced you, and he was wondering if you were ready to rumble.
I'm ready. Can you hear me?
Yes, you sound great, and we can see your screen, so your time starts now.
Thank you. So I'm an account executive doing some last-minute preparation for my meeting this afternoon with Ancaster Engineering. I'm using Alta Phi Opportunity Manager application in Lightning to manage my deals because it helps me shorten my sales cycle and improve my win rate. So to prepare for this meeting today, I'm going to look at 3 aspects of my deal: where I am in the deal, the people in the deal, and the problems that they care about. So let's get started. First, I want to look at my sales process and see where I am in the deal. I can see quickly that I'm 18% of the way through the sales cycle. I can see that Alta Phi is projecting a close date of March the 4th, and I really need this deal to come in February. So let's take a look at what I need to do in this meeting to advance the deal. I'm in the second stage of my sales process, target qualified, and I can see that I still have 2 qualifiers to successfully fulfill. One, I need to confirm with our project a date the project is ready to get started, and I also need to see if they have access to funds. Okay, good. I've got that. I'm ready to have that conversation at my meeting. Now let's look at the people in the organization. The Alta Phi relationship map makes it really easy to understand who reports to whom within the organization, who influences whom, and it also allows me to capture certain attributes about the individuals so that I can tailor my selling approach accordingly. Things like political status in the organization, adaptability to change, and how do they feel about us. So what does this story tell you? Can you guys hear me okay? I just heard terrible audio. So what's this telling us? You sound great. Keep going. What is this telling us? This tells us we have some supporters, we have some non-supporters. So Patty Miller was actually able to get this meeting for us, and she was able to get Clara Wilson in the meeting as well, which is really good because she's a non-supporter. And Patty influences Clara, which is also useful because we're in good standing with Patty. So I need to be really sure the conversation I need to have with Clara. Alta Phi provides some real-time coaching for me, and clearly it says here that I need to provide some smart insights to protect against the competitor. So let's go to my insight map. So I've started to build out what I know about the organization, right, and what their problems are. So I know some of the goals and the pressures, some of the initiatives and the obstacles within the organization, which help me align my solutions to their problems. But really, I care about Clara. So let's take a look at what matters to Clara. So I know that she's concerned about high cost of sale, sales productivity. She happens to own the initiative for opportunity management, really, which aligns nicely with our opportunity management solution. Our marketing team has done a really good job within this map to attach sales collaterals at the right time in the sales process. So right now, prior to my meeting, I'm just going to send this deck off to myself because I know that I'm going to be using this during my meeting. Great. So I'm feeling pretty good about my prep. I know what information I need to secure, I need who I need to focus on, and I understand what Clara's problems are. So thanks for coming along on the prep. Appreciate your time.
All right, nice job, Mark. We appreciate you doing that. You know, this is amazing to see what's possible within the Lightning interface, and I'm always amazed when I see these AppExchange partners who have done amazing things to automate the processes that normally were so hard to do outside of their application. And it's amazing to see what you guys have been able to accomplish with this, and I love that you've shown it off in the Lightning interface, so thank you for that. I'm actually going to turn it over to Amanda now. Let's take an audience question.
Alrighty, thank you so much. Sorry about the quick audio issues we had, but it sounded like we had Mark the whole time, so that's great. All right, so the first question, and definitely keep your questions coming, the first question for Mark is, can your applications be configured with our company's own methodology or with any methodology?
Yeah, it sure can. Obviously, at Altify we automate the TAS methodology. That in itself can be configured, and we've also worked with customers that have either their own sales language or their own skills training or use other methodologies, and the application can be configured accordingly.
Great answer. Thank you so much. All right, let's keep going.
Nice job, Mark. All right, so for number 2 today, we've got Georgina joining us from CloudSense, where she's a senior sales engineer, and they are 100% native on this Salesforce cloud platform. CloudSense delivers transformational sales effectiveness with 100% native commerce and order management, bringing together sales and delivery across all channels. Today, Georgina is going to show us CloudSense's contract lifecycle management solutions so that you can accelerate the contracting process, all the while increasing collaboration and maintaining complete control. So, Georgina, are you ready to take it to the next level with a demo?
I am. Can you see my screen okay?
Yes, we do. Let's take it away.
Okay, great. So I'm just a sales rep who's just closed our CPQ or product with a customer, and I'm about to start contracting process. So I can go in my opportunity to create a new agreement. This could be an NDA or an MSA, and we can either create a standard or bespoke contract. I'm able to put in my agreement name and then a document template. So this document template, like I said, it can be in a different language, it can be an NDA or MSA, and we can create dynamic content based on what's in the product basket and predicates and actions based on what the sales rep can see, and it also is compliant with all the security permissions that you have within a user profile because we're native to the platform. I can go and review my document or my soon-to-be contract, and what I can see is a version-controlled document, a list of terms and conditions that we can go and edit, again, in compliance to the security permissions that you're able to do. What I'm able to do is go and edit a clause. I can see a history of all the different clauses. I can override the text and copy it for speed purposes. I'm also able to dynamically reference any information that is stored within Salesforce. So for example, if I go here, I can go and look up to the opportunity account name, for example, and that's going to dynamically bring up the account name that is associated with the opportunity. We're able to insert it into the document. and that's going to look up to that automatically. We can also make redlining changes as well. So if I wanted to change this to 30 days instead of 90 days, I'm able to put into that. And because, again, we're on the platform, everything is audited and tracked. So when the approver goes in to see it, they'll have a full list of redlining changes that they're able to see. I'm also able to make changes. I can add clauses. I can dynamically move sections around. I'm also able to have recommended clauses, for example, similar to configure price quote engine. So I can include these recommended clauses, and also we can have dynamic content like an IPVPN network clause based on what is being configured in the basket. So I'm able to submit this for approval. This works with all the Salesforce approvals, so we're actually utilizing Salesforce approvals at the moment. This is also audit tracked as well, and you can do clause level approval and document level approval as well. If I go in and edit, what I'm able to see is the full history of the clause. I'm able to see what's been added in green and what's been taken away in red. So I can go ahead and approve that clause, and then I can approve it. You can have document level approvals and clause level approvals. If I go back to the agreement, now what I've done is created
Time is up. All right, great job.
Oh yeah.
Georgina, thank you for that. Yeah,
No
you know
problem.
what? The whole process of redlining and going through and keeping track of all of those changes has always been very challenging. And frankly, I can think of a lot of customers who I've helped in the past who would really be assisted by what you guys do, as well as being able to collaborate with folks as well. So we appreciate seeing that. Amanda, it's time to go out to our audience question now. Why don't you tell us what we've got?
And of course, all of that was very sleek with the lightning experience. Thank you for showing it to us. We've got 2 in lightning so far. Very, very cool. Remember, folks, you can ask your questions in the chat. Just simply pop them in there, and we will try to get to them. This question for Georgina: why choose CloudSense for contract management rather than using Microsoft Word, for example, or another competitor?
So it's 100% native to the platform, so it means that you don't have to punch out to a third-party system. You also have full tracking visibility, and because it's on the platform as well, you have to adhere to all of the Salesforce security permissions as well. And it's your single source of truth, and obviously you can report on it too.
Sounds good. Georgina, thank you for joining us today, and good job on the demo.
Thank you.
All right, for our third and final demo is the Demo Jam today, which, by the way, there are a couple others going on here in New York today, but this one being live and out on the internet. Our third demo today comes from Rylene Simpson of Rootstock Software Solutions. She's a solutions architect with over 25 years of experience in the selection and implementation of enterprise software solutions for industries for finance and planning in the discrete contract and process manufacturing environments. It is time to turn it over to Rylene. Rylene, you with us?
I am. Thank you, Jeff, so much.
You bet. Let's hear it.
Okay, so here's a quick view of everything that we deliver, maybe almost everything that we deliver. Follow the orange line. I'm going to not come back to this, but let's talk about the actual functionality. So the number one issue that we hear from executives when we talk to them is number one, top 4 cries for help, visibility across the entire organization, single source of truth, data entered one time with no rekeying, and connected data that flows naturally. That's what executives want. Let's start with a Salesforce opportunity and see how it can move through the system, through the whole distribution and manufacturing chain. So from an opportunity, we can create a Rootstock order. You can see down here, we've created a Rootstock order that's linked to this opportunity. We can drill down on that and see that order. That order is for an item that we may or may not have in stock. From a salesperson's perspective, I want to know, what do I have in stock? So I check the availability. The customer's ordered 4,000. I can see that I have 2,000 on hand. That's going to be a problem for their delivery. So what do I want to do? I want to go check out and see when I'm going to get it if I don't have it on hand. So I drill right in and see that although we have that 2,000 on hand that we can ship, we see availability is going to come up on the 17th. We'll be able to ship 2,000 more. Look at the bottom of that third column. So on the 17th of December, we can ship 2,000 more. So will that satisfy my customer? We have to call back and ask him. He says, yes, that's okay. I'll take these shipped on the 17th. So we can go down and update that date. So now we've got to ship on the 17th. Where did the price come from? The price came from the system calculated. The ordinary sale of this product, sale price is $5. We calculated the price at $4.45, came off of the customer agreement, the customer quantity price. Okay, so now that we have that item in the system, how are we going to make it? We look at the work center capacity plan and schedule. We go in and see, is there the ability to make this order that we've already said that we're going to deliver by the 17th. We can go in, we can view the capacity. Red means that we have more load than capacity. Green means that we can make it inside of the time frame. Okay, great. So we might want to remanage that, level that load. The system's going to go calculate a new leveled load for us, figure out when we should manufacture these items. We can also drag and drop. We can show in any given work center what the orders are in the work center. So that's the manufacturing planning side of the house. Let's go back to sales order fulfillment. We had an order in the system connected to our opportunity. Now we want to ship. And now let's just go expedited approach to this. We'll go ahead and ship this item, and that's going to be available then. The 2,000 that we could ship, we've decided to ship to our customer because they need them right away, and we've
all right. Riley, we came up to the top of the 3 minutes here, but here's what I really like. By the way, what you guys are doing is we typically think of so many Salesforce customers are within service industries, or we think about the idea that service with CRM and sales and service typically, you know, it doesn't necessarily happen as a back office manufacturing, and to see that you guys have all of that built in, integrated, managing the manufacturing process and ensuring that we can actually tie that directly into CRM is brilliant. So I like to see that. Good job with the demo. Let's take a look at what we've got out there for a question from our audience today. Amanda.
Sure. Thank you, Rootstock. Great job. Question is, you showed us a sales order and you showed a capacity plan. How does the sales order go into work scheduled in the capacity plan?
Okay, fantastic question. So there's two different things that could happen depending on how you set up your system, and one or more of both of these. One is that you could run the planning process that would build out a schedule and create the work orders that you need to make the products that you've sold. The other thing is the sales order itself can directly create that work order and insert it on the schedule. So those are two methods that can happen inside of Rootstock to make that happen.
All right, good job. Thank you, Riley. And thank you to all of our other participants today. This is where it gets exciting, guys, because you guys, as an audience out there, now get a chance to vote for who you think is the Demo Jam champion from this. And there's actually a little bit of bragging rights in this, but not only bragging rights, but our winner today will be receiving a beautiful Demo Jam trophy. And this is something that we do basically every month, as well as a whole bunch of different live events that are going to be happening throughout this next year. So we want to open up the voting lines for everybody to be able to say which is your favorite today that you saw. But in the meantime, while we go through this, I want to tell you a little bit about what's been happening here in New York City. So this being a World Tour event, we did have Mr. Mark Benioff here today, as well as Sarah Varney, telling us a lot about what is coming within the next, well, what's available today, as well as what's coming within Lightning, what's coming within Einstein, and seeing how all of this applies to businesses today. And if you guys are not familiar with all of the release notes and everything that's coming out, you guys have got to check it out, because there is so much coming, and there are so many abilities that we have to extend Salesforce beyond what your company may be doing today. And you know, that's really where the benefit of the platform itself being so dynamic, changing, new functionality, is that all of these AppExchange partners that we talk to month, they can take advantage of those same platform features and bring those features to you guys through each of their applications. So That's what I always find exciting. I like doing this. It is time for the grand finale. It is going to be who is the winner of today's, and I'm going to turn it over to Amanda. You going to announce it to us?
No, I was just going to show my screen before we jump into the winner.
Let's do it. It is a momentary thing. This is what live is. There you go.
All right. Let's go ahead. And go ahead, Jeff. You do the honors. Who has won today based on the audience vote?
Audience vote says that today's winner of the December 16th, 2016 Demo Jam, Rootstock.
Congratulations, Rootstock.
Good job.
Wow, thank you so much.
Yes, we appreciate you guys all being here. It's great to have great participation, seeing all kinds of different applications, and this is fun stuff. Amanda and I get to do this every month, as well as Joshua Hoskins. You might recognize that name and that voice. Is not with us today. He's got the day off, but you know what? We were glad to be able to bring you this demo jam. And you know what? Would you want to close out with your final announcements there, Amanda? Tell us about
Sure. So thank you, Rootstock. Thank you, Alta Phi, and thank you, CloudSense. You all did a great job. We'd love to have you back again. Join us for marketing apps on January 26th, followed by community apps in February, and then sales apps again in March. We do this every third Thursday, so please join us. Once you've signed up once, you don't have to sign up again, so you're free and welcome to come back. And if you are in New York or any of our World Tour areas, definitely come check out the demo jams. We're doing them in nearly all of the events. So thank you for joining us today, and have a good one.
Bye, everybody.